Boom. GM to my beautiful friends, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of the week. It is officially Friday. I plan on making this space a little bit shorter of a space today as I'm going to be traveling. I have to pack and do all that other mumbo jumbo. So maybe an hour, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see how the space flows. But man, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas tonight. I'll be in Vegas tonight, and I'm not going there for fun or anything. Well, I am going there for fun, but I'm going there on behalf of Triple X.eth. There is the AVN Awards in Vegas right now, and my goal, my sole purpose, is to get as much content as humanly possible that I could get in Vegas for the next probably about 50 hours. Right, it's probably going to be about 50 hours. And for those of you who don't know what AVN is, it's basically Adult Entertainment Awards show. So it goes directly hand in hand of what we're trying to do with Triple X. We think it's a huge opportunity right there. So a lot of it is going to be market research, understanding what these content creators want, what they like, what they look for in the platform, and then just getting some killer content. So you guys stay tuned. I'm going to be tweeting directly from the Triple X account. So let me pin the Triple X account uh, up top. I'll pin it up top shortly. So you guys could go ahead and I just pinned them up top. So just go ahead and give them a follow if you guys want to see the exclusive content directly live from Vegas. It's pinned up top there. Cool. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'll keep the community updated for sure. And you guys know I will have a lot of stories to tell on not only the next Friday night happy hour, but also, well, I'll save my stories for Friday night happy hour for the next, but I won't be able to make it tonight versus how I'm going to be traveling. But the next one next week, I'll bring the stories to that Friday night happy hour, and I'll keep it away from ENS updates, if that makes sense. Well, cool. Let's get right into business. Right. Coinbase. Back in Coinbase and ENS, their collaboration officially went live, and back in September, we partnered with ENS.domains to create CB.ID, a free-to-claim Web3 username. Today, we're expanding access to our mobile app. Join us in over 1.5 million people who claim their name so far. That is huge. That is huge, right? It's not the exact .eth that we wanted, but it's it's still good for many different reasons. One, it's exposing people to ENS, even though they might not know it's directly correlated. Two, it's exposing people to having a name associated to their digital wallet. And three, it still gives you the option of importing and using your own ENS if you want to. So this is the slow adoption that we talked about. This is the slow adoption that we need to get to where we want to be. So shout out to Coinbase for being a huge advocate and supporter and believer of what the ENS ecosystem is trying to do. We have major players like Coinbase on our side, who see the vision. They're also big coin token holders for the DAO. So that gives me more confidence that we're moving in the right direction. I know, although a lot of us might not like Coinbase or we don't use their platform for whatever reason, but we still can't deny their role in this market because they have a big role. They play a big role in this current crypto market. So I respect it. Let's move right on over. It seems like the past 3 days we've been hearing news back to back to back on these major uh, tech companies or crypto companies laying people off or firing its staff. Well, just in crypto lender Genesis fires 30% of its staff. Right? We've been hearing about this Amazon laying people off. Apple's is at all-time lows. All types of crazy shit we've been hearing. So just be cognizant, just be mindful of what's going on around you. Next, Microsoft CSO says the metaverse is part of the customer's experience. Right? Let's take a step back to analyze what he just said. The metaverse is part of the customer's experience's future. That means that we're going into a realm of reality that's going to look a lot different than the past 10 years. The next 10 years are going to look so much different than the past 10 years. The metaverse is here to stay. Web3 is here to stay. AI is here to stay. And they're talking about now taking the customer experience to the next level, aka through the metaverse. And anybody who's ever worked in as a project manager for any company or as a marketer or ever sold a product, right? And if you're all about what is the customer's experience from the time they first land eyes on your product to the time when they actually experience and use your product. The metaverse now allows businesses like Microsoft and many more to to enhance that customer experience. I'm very excited about that, and we know that ties directly with what we're doing right here, right now. And last but not least, I want to say shout out to Ralph. Ralph from email.eth. He made a very great tweet. Yeah, I can mint 3,000 first name email.eth and web.eth subdomains for me and charge $100 each. But for what purpose? To feed my greed? No thanks. We're here to promote the ENS protocol, adoption, and increase the value of our ENS community through the roots airdrops. And we'll keep going. So he's doing the right thing, right? Like he has a grail of grails. Emo.eth, in my opinion, is one of the best names you could have in this ecosystem. And he's not approaching it with greed. He's approaching it the right way. He's approaching it with love. He's approaching it with the mindset of community first. And without a doubt of my mind, with that type of approach, the money's gonna come undoubtedly. The money's going to come undoubtedly, but he's taking the right approach. I love that. And with that being said as well, starting on Monday on this show live on the ENS Update show, we will be doing giveaways for email.eth and web.eth subdomains. Starting live on Monday morning show, we will start doing giveaways for email.eth and web.eth. Listen, we're early. We're very early and we should be rewarded for that. So in 5 years, in 10 years, when somebody looks at your subdomain of king.email, they're going to say, wow, you had to be extremely early, the same way we look at Master's Wallet, or we look at Gary's Wallet, or we look at some of these super early pioneers' wallets, like, whoa, you were early. And that's how early we still are, believe it or not. Those guys, Master and Gary, are ancients. Those are ancients. But the new early is going to be those who have cool Grail subdomains, in my opinion. And it's not just about, this is the last thing I'll say, I'll pass the mic over. It's not just about having a cool subdomain, in my opinion, right? Because yeah, it's cool, but I don't think that's as much of a flex of having a cool subdomain on a DApp that is actually working and running and providing value back to the community and has hundreds of millions of users. When email.eth passes the million subdomain mark, then it becomes cool. Then it becomes a real flex of, oh shit, there's over a million people that is using email.eth, but you have your first name. But you have this cool little thing because you were early enough in the space to recognize opportunity and stick around through the bear, and you were rewarded for that. And you might be able to sell it for a good little penny 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, who knows? But anyway, that's enough rambling for me. I'm super excited. I'm going to be in Vegas today. I'm going to be packing. I'm going to be getting myself ready to go and ready to ready to have a great time. But I'm gonna pass the mic over to our guy Ron. RN1, the stage is yours, brother.
Hey Kev, yeah, GM, have a good trip. I can maybe tell some stories. That that all used to be part of the Consumer Electronics Show. So if you took a wrong turn, you stumbled into the adult section there. Yeah, pretty crazy, pretty crazy. I can, yeah, at least you know what you were getting into. But and it has come a long way since then. But yeah, I had some me and CENS Maverick down in the audience, my co-host for the morning show that we're doing now, right before this show every day for an hour, talking about ENS Maxis. Yeah, but we had some crazy experiences. Crazy experiences. It's wild. It's wild. That's all I'll say, man. But anyway, yeah. Have a good trip. Enjoy Vegas. definitely. I always like me some Las Vegas. I used to go down every weekend, and I used to spend the winters there, just staying in a hotel for several years. I'd just stay in a hotel for 3 months. But anyway, love some Vegas. So have a good time down there. Yeah, that'll be great. Excited to see what what you and the
I
ZZC
I
group's
just
gonna
have to
do.
I have to pause you real quick, Ron. We are learning the as the days go on, we're learning who Ron was in his youth. Ron just said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to take a step back, please, with me. Ron said he spent the winters in Vegas. He used to own a modeling agency. He used to live on the other side of the world. Ron, you are probably what I would like to now crown the world's most interesting man. I just had to say that live on air. Very interesting stories, and he drops it in pieces. If you've been listening to Ron for a long time, he drops it in pieces about his background and his histories. He's so much more than just an early .com investor. That is the what's on the resume, but what's behind that is a lot of interesting things. But go ahead, Ron. My bad, brother.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
forget the salt. Don't forget the salt mines.
That was the salt mine. Yeah, too bad. Yeah, too bad we didn't. We sold that salt mine. We could have had one a hell of an ENS Burning Man deal go on down there. I was thinking that. I was talking to some people. We need to have. It's only a. It's not far from where the actual Burning Man goes on. We could have had some fun, but yeah, we sold that, moved on. But I had an interesting experience. Had an interesting experience yesterday. Um, I had an hour meeting with some friends of mine who probably 6 7 years ago sold the world's third largest forex exchange. They operated in 80 different countries, and and they're doing some stuff in the crypto world right now, including a massive collaboration with Visa, and it's gonna. I mean, really, it's gonna absolutely be huge. But I told them about everything we were doing with about ENS. These guys have they're gonna be one of the top names in crypto. I believe it. Um, Moving forward, I don't want to say too much, but anyway, most of the discussion I told them about what's going on with ENS and the .eth, and I told them what you and Zero are doing with the ZZC group and the email and the web and all that stuff. Um, they're pretty excited, and what they're doing. Like I said, I don't want to say too much until I I get all their names secured and stuff, at least what they want. But they really, I mean, yeah, they really didn't know anything about ENS, and so they're very open to. And these guys have some major collaborations with NBA teams. I mean, it's gonna be a really big things that they're doing. So anyway, had a great meeting with them about ENS and some of the things. So I'm looking for. They were very open to anything I could do to help them become, uh, use their platform. They were open to any collaborations with this stuff to moving forward. Anyway, just suffice it to say, it's early stage, but I was very excited that we can do some serious things with ENS, maybe even the ENS Maxis and some things they're doing. So yeah, but it was interesting. These guys are you know, very big, very big already in some of the things they're doing. And like I say, huge moving forward with what they're doing with their technology and Visa. I mean, like this is like not like just some little. I mean, literally the CEO of Visa shouted him out on his last earnings call. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. But they were so open to me helping them, and I'm gonna, I'm thinking now and what we can do and what collabs I can help them do with people in the ENS DAO, and the ENS space. So just exciting to see somebody so massive, will be so massive in the crypto world. With major collaborations already, just super open. Never even had heard of ENS or EN.eth, and just super open minded. So yeah, I'm just bouncing off the walls about the potential to. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, they have deals with Kroger. They got deals with Walgreens where you can just walk in and deposit money. And I want to try and make it to where you can walk into Walgreens or Kroger's, deposit money, and maybe buy an ENS, get your ENS name. Just that easy for noobs. I mean, it's just, yeah, just some huge stuff they're working on. They're so open, so excited, completely oblivious, just like what NFT Verse and Flossin found out with Puma. At least Puma knew about it and it got their name. These guys have not even ever heard of it, had no idea, but super stoked. And some of the things they're working on are just massive, on a massive level. So yeah, I'm just bouncing off the walls of what we can do to help. Just one more thing, sign in with Ethereum maybe for their platforms and stuff. Yeah, I got to bring in the DAO and some people to look at what we can do. They're pretty much open to everything, and yeah, super excited. I was just been bouncing off the walls ever since I had that meeting with them, and I guess there was nothing more than just friends getting together, brainstorming, and it kind of turned into when I found out they knew nothing about ENS and stuff. I was super excited, and they're just like, yeah, we'll do whatever makes sense. So anyway, super excited. Over the next 12 to 24 months, we can do some stuff with them, and yeah, there's big people out there that just are oblivious. So let's keep rocking and rolling. It's going to be a good year.
Indeed, indeed. Oblivious today, but not tomorrow, right? And great points. Great points, Ron. But like I said, I think them being oblivious to this shows the amount of opportunity that is still here in the market. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, and we sound like broken records when we say this, but the opportunity right now is immense. It's crazy. It's wild. It's up for the taking. It's literally the wild, wild west right now. It's a wild, wild west, and we have rooted ourselves right on top of a gold mine. We're standing on top of a gold mine in the wild, wild west. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the legend, the veteran, our co-host, Master.eth, aka the creator of Red Letter.eth. The stage is yours, brother.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, Kev, I kind of jealous of you that you can be visiting Vegas soon. So, Vegas is always on kind of a very high priority of my wish list. But overall, I don't think maybe gambling is a good thing to do because, uh, always so we should stand on the big side of the odds, right? Never be the enemy of mathematics. But sometimes it's super fun, having, just some relax and play some games and some weekend with your friends. Well, that is something amazing. And yeah, if we can put something related to DNS along with our friends and some meetings, and yeah, I think that's a really exciting weekend for you. Yeah, just keep us posted on your deals with X studies. And yeah, I think sooner or later, I think we might meet there sometime in the future. And yeah, let's just wish that come as soon as possible. And if you guys remember that last year 2022, I have a quite couple you know domain tradings that not only I buy the domain, or I sell the domain, but I kind of the trading included some of the names and ERC20. Like for example, I used the three names, which includes monkey.eth and sssss.eth and timo.eth plus 28 ethereum to trade it for japan.eth. Everyone must remember my story. And but at that point of time, myself and the holder of japan.eth, the previous holder of japan.eth, we kind of reached an agreement offline. But because there was not a platform yet for us to trade a name, with these NFTs plus the ERC20, not yet. So what I did is I have to manually transfer the three domains to him. I transfer monkey to him. I transfer 5s to .eth to him. I transfer Timo to him. And then I made a 28 WETH offer on Japan.eth. And fortunately enough to me, he clicked yes, accepted. But there's always a trust problem if we can't do things like that, right? That's not the right way. That's not the guarantee way for us to do business in a world with full of smart contract. So after that, I kind of communicated with a couple of my friends, and later on, I think recently there's a new platform being built just to resolve such. I believe there are a couple, platforms built for resolve such kind of problems, which is not only like OpenSea, ERC20, money for NFT, NFT for money, but it's NFT for NFT. You can use multiple NFT to trade for multiple NFT, or one to multiple, or multiple to multiple, or NFT to NFT plus the ERC20, because ERC20 is the money, we understand. Just use the good stuffs and to trade for stuffs plus the money. So I think that can be very fun. That can be creating a lots of additional possibilities, because people can set up a commercial. For example, he has a punk number 2567, for example, and he can list it for, I want to trade this punk for whatever, whichever of the BAYC plus 20 Ethereum. Anyone, the number is not limited, whichever. And if I have a very good name, ENS name, for example, 000 dot name, which was sold for 200, he can list for his 000 to trade for example, a punk plus a BAYC, or plus another 20 Ethereum. So that just created a lot of additional possibilities, and I believe it was so interesting, moving forward, because in the smart contract world, everything is possible. If we have that technology, we don't really need either side of the buyer or the seller, or either side of the trading party, the deal party, to offer to manually send the names first, because that's definitely not the right way to do. That's kind of the way with a lot of the risks, in case there's that one just disappear, right? So at the meantime, I think some of you might recall that after that, I also had another domain trade for domain history. I kind of used a paradox.eth plus 8 or 9 Ethereum to trade it for deal.eth. I believe some of you must have remembered on this. So yeah, I think the new project's name actually is being built by that team. Its name is just a deal, and deal.eth. I kind of I purchased the name on behalf of them, and right now I think their ID is deal.eth, and the website address is the deal.art. So, Kev, if you don't mind, I kind of invited the operation team to be on this space as well, so that they can give us some brief introduction regarding what they are doing, what what are they about, and maybe the launch plan. So, yeah, I see you already on here, dear my friend. Maybe you can open your mic and give us a sharing. Thanks.
GM. Thanks, Master Dai, for the kind intro. Really excited to be here speaking on behalf of the Deal Art team. So yeah, just gonna go over it really simply. We are a peer-to-peer NFT swap with no fees. Um, so basically, what that means, it's rather a bartering platform than an what you would see normally NFT marketplace where you trade NFTs with liquid ERC20 tokens. Right now on our platform, you're able to trade NFTs with NFTs, and you're also able to add a token into the deal. So you might have some questions about the smart contract. So right now it's being audited by blocksec.com, and we'll have a complete, comprehensive audit report for you in the coming upcoming days. Basically, for our contract, we don't hold escrow for NFTs whatsoever. So users only need to approve the NFT transfers, and when the conditions are met, which means when both parties agree to the deal, basically what you're able to do is to make offers with your NFTs to list the NFT deal, and then you're able to swap your offers with your targeted deal, right? Automatically when both parties agree to that deal. So it's a simple idea. what we want to do is to facilitate the liquidity amongst NFT markets in this mayhem, in this bear market. We know there's a lot of not only ENS that's just sitting there in inventory, but we want to alleviate this inventory issue by building this bartering platform that and bartering throughout history has been working great during illiquid markets. So it's pretty simple idea. We want to make it social. So after creating the deal, you're able to share a link in which you can copy and share with your friends on Twitter or in any NFT community. We'll also set up bots on Telegram and Twitter to help you kind of deal to help your deal reach more people. In the future, we'll also launch a user profile page where you can kind of display your current ongoing deal, your ongoing offers, you collect the NFTs, what are maybe the collections that you want, and you want to swap. So NFTs are fun. We're working on providing a more user-friendly interface so that more people, even not in the space, can enjoy this fun. And ENS obviously one of our main focuses. We're personally big big admirers of the 4-digit, 3-digit NFT, ENS NFTs. And there's just a lot of massive potential, like Ron said earlier before. Um, I think between swapping maybe 4Ds to 3Ds or amongst ENS, and when we do that a lot and when we do that well enough, I think there's also a huge opportunity amongst other NFT collections. So say I can swap my Bored Ape to your maybe Azuki, or swap my Decentraland virtual land to your maybe CryptoVoxels land or Sandbox, whatever, depending on the deal. So yeah, that's pretty pretty simple go through. Let me know if you have any questions, and the website and protocol is now live at do.art.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love what you're love to hear that. I'm gonna pass it back over to Master.
Yeah, I think moving forward, maybe the new trend is just about what further we can do, what further we can run on smart contract, and yeah, and right now I think because they kind of resolved my problem. They kind of resolved. I don't have to wire the name to the other party first. Because I think lots of the people in communities, they have maybe the requirement of trading names. They have the not only trading names for money but also trading names for names, couple not so good names for a great name, something like that. So for ENS, I believe 100% it makes sense, especially NFT, especially ENS. It doesn't have liquidity, and yeah, I think we need more vivid ideas like deal, like NFT trading. Just like we watch NBA games, right? We know lots of the teams when they are doing trading, it's not just a player for player or player for money. They spend some money to sign the player, or they pay the money to buy the player from other team. But sometimes it can be three player to swap for one superstar, or and additionally they can have some additional picks, or some cash, right? Everything can be traded. That's the spirit. If you guys have played, I'm not sure if you heard of this board game or not. It's called Chinatown. It has 6 years from 1965 to 1971. So you have your shop card, you have your real estate card, and you have your cash. So 6 years, how do you manage to get your shops open together and earn more money from the bank? It's like monopoly, but it's more about the negotiation. So blockchain's spirit, blockchain's mission is to help to facilitate such a environment and ecosystem, to help these to facilitate these business to grow. That's why we are here. So yeah, everything can be traded, and I advise them not only for NFT trader. If you only doing NFT trading, we are limiting ourselves in one aspect, but everything can be traded, which means right now we can put in NFT for NFT. NFT we know it's ERC 721 or ERC 1155, so it can be ERC 721 plus ERC 1155 for some ERC 20, which is money, and it can also be traded for some potential of the device interest, which is like the future, the profit. So yeah, if a smart contract can determine and we can set the logic, then yeah, everything is possible. So I think that's the charming part of blockchain. That's why we are all here, and that's why we are so bullish on future of Web3, ENS, blockchain, Ethereum, everything. So yeah, very happy to invite dear team on here today, and thanks much for you guys allowing me to speak on daily basis right after Cavs, especially going to Vegas. Yeah, again, very jealous on you, and wish you have a great weekend there. Thanks much, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for coming up and sharing that with us. I look forward to the deal team. Wishing you guys a lot of luck and prosperity moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ENS Updates. We do this every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about all things Web3 and crypto related with a focus on ENS. If you haven't already retweeted this room, I ask that you please do. We have about 50 people in the room and only about 11 retweets. That means there's about 40 of you guys who decided to completely ignore the retweet button. And if we're friends, go ahead and smash the retweet button. As well, I have a message from our sponsor, vpn.eth.limo. Are you tired of feeling vulnerable and exposed online? Do you worry about personal data being tracked and collected without your consent? With vpn.eth.limo, you can take control of your online privacy and security. Our easy-to-use website allows you to compare the best VPN providers and features so you can choose the right one for you. A VPN will protect your location, hide your IP address, and encrypt your internet traffic, ensuring that your personal data stays private. Don't wait any longer to take back your online security. Visit vpn.eth.limo now and sign up for a VPN today. Protect yourself and your loved ones from the prying eyes of hackers and cyber criminals. Sign up and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with a secure and private internet connection. Shout out to vpn.eth.limo. That is LIMO. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to our guy, NFT Verse. The stage is yours, brother.
GM 5159, GM RN1.E, GM Master.E. Shout out to the speakers, Deal, the Maxis, Lex, Mr. 618. I see my guy flossing out there. I see 00 Boom. I see him out there, man. Punks, Enzo, man. Enzo, what you cooking up, man? I haven't seen any dishes from you lately, man. Need to see you post something out there, man. Those dishes always look good. Number one, focus is the key word for Kev in Vegas. Kev, focus when you're out there, bro. You will be distracted, I am sure. The footage, I can't wait for you to capture it. I can't wait for you to come back and tell us a few stories the following Friday night happy hour. Guys, you know what time it is. Tonight is the Friday night happy hour. We've been doing this thing for going on 8 months running. 8 months running. 2023, I don't know what to expect from the Friday Night Happy Hour. I'm just going to keep it moving, right? Just keep it moving, making things happen. We drop NFTs, we do giveaways, we got physical items that we put out there, all kinds of stuff that continues to really make up what I like to call the little mini ecosystem for the virtual bar. That is what I like to call that, for the community, right? Community first. Come kick back and relax. Carve out about 2 hours of your time to come and have fun. Get you a little something to sip on. Get you a little something to smoke on. It doesn't have to be alcohol. You can have a bottle of water, man. It's all about having fun with the community at the Friday night happy hour, guys. So I hope to see everybody there for the first one for 2023. Yeah, we got some stuff planned. Got some more stories to share. Got some trivia again. Some giveaways. Got a couple of games that I want to play with the community. So don't be shy to come up. Got some potential applicants for some new positions to be filled, since the old, the regulars tend to not want to come and fulfill their job. They give notices and stuff like that. So, we're gonna make it happen in 2023. Couple of things I want to touch on based on the conversation. Get to a little bit of the serious stuff here, and I don't know if you guys have asked yourself this before, but with the news of Coinbase, and I've said this before, but with the news of Coinbase and the wallets that they've initiated, or have gotten their customers to adhere to, that are attached to ENS, I think they said 1.5 million, right? So does that 1.5 million, is that added to the 600 and some odd thousand wallets that we have for ENS, or is that totally calculated separately? Because if it's calculated together, I think that would put us around 2.1 million wallets. And then, as far as domains, right? Because we know that the ENSs and those subdomains are actually domains too. So if that 1.5 million is added to our current domain count, wouldn't that put us like 4.3 million domains, ENS domains, if we're counting the subdomains? See, that's one thing that I need to find out, and I need to understand a little bit more is, do subdomains count? Well, they should, right? Because aren't you attaching a subdomain to a wallet address? So, nor naturally, that should be captured within the figures. I think that if Coinbase is saying that they have 1.5 million, somebody needs to pull the data and recalculate that little chart that they do on whatever that site is that everybody posts from. I can't think of what it is. Dune Analytics. Dune Analytics needs to go into their code and pull in those subdomain counts, or do a totally separate chart for subdomains, and then add all that together. Get exact numbers. We need to get exact figures so we can truly understand the footprint of ENS. I don't think the whole entire footprint is being captured. Am I wrong? Like, am I going crazy here, Master or Ron? Like, tell me if I'm going off the deep end here.
Well, I'll go in. I think what you're saying makes total sense. Now, I can't confirm or deny if that number is included. I don't think that number is included. But when you do that number, what you're saying makes total sense, right? What you're saying shows that, hey, this thing could go parabolic extremely fast, and it is going parabolic if we're combining the 1.5 with the 600K that we already have. We're probably a lot further in adoption than we probably even think we are, simply by that Coinbase move, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about it, Kev. I mean, the 1.5 million alone doubles the number that we have right now. I mean, that's the thing. I don't. This is all data, right? This is all data that can be tracked. It can be reported on. This is metadata that can be gathered. And if a subdomain, if their customers have accepted or acknowledged and are using those subdomains, and those subdomains are connected to ENS through their root domain, whether it's DNS or whatever, if it's somehow going through the ENS ecosystem, there has to be a data point to capture that. There's a data point that can capture that, and it should be reported on, so we get the full scope and understanding of what the true number is for ENS as a whole. That's my thing. I hope that maybe somebody's listening here. Maybe I'll reach out to Zadog or somebody Sadaf, and kind of maybe present that to him, or even Alicia. Maybe I'll just shoot Alicia a DM or something like that. But we have to. I think we're more further along than what is shown, if that makes sense. And to me, I believe that having that data and presenting that data would be huge for the whole entire ecosystem. Second thing, well, Stephen looks like he want to answer that before I go to the second thing. Go ahead, Stephen.
So it wasn't an answer verse, but it was actually kind of like a follow-on question because I know that in the way that Coinbase is rolling their stuff out, it's very similar to how Decentraland rolled out their .land domains um, through their protocol and made them available. So if that was the case, shouldn't we be trying to go beyond just Coinbase into aggregating all the data from the people that are just even
Yes, sir.
privatizing, the ENS protocol, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Stephen. That's my point exactly. Is that what I'm saying is that there's a data point that has to be there that captures and tracks that stuff. And we need to make sure that if any protocol or any project is using ENS and they're using the subdomain technology, we need to understand where that data point is. How can it be pulled into the reporting for the volume that we're getting for the wallets and for the domains, and then then push out the new numbers so we can and then you can put a subtitle to it that says, hey, a little asterisk or something like that, or note that says subdomains included. These are the charts with subdomains included. These are the subdomain. These are the charts with subdomains not included. You get what I'm saying, Stephen?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that there may be other ways to, I guess, invoke that data as well. I mean, to give more granular views of like, start with the numbers that are, how many Decentraland domains are there, right? How many Coinbase domains are there? And we can track that in a Dune Analytics dashboard and then create an aggregator that would bring all of that data from there and
Yeah.
and make it a cumulative number in a separate chart that would bring in like those two charts with all the ENS data so you can see how it all stacks up. That to me
Hey,
that to me would be the best means to
hey,
do it. But again, I'm not a builder in that sense. I like the analytics side of it. I study it enough, but I can't necessarily build a dashboard.
yeah, me either. Like I can talk through it just because I know a little bit about reporting and just analysis in general, right? And I know when certain things need to be captured. I understand data points. I understand data mapping and things like that. So I think it's important that we really show the whole entire footprint. And I mean, could you imagine this? Imagine this, Stephen. Imagine if we had a ETH leaderboard for subdomains and projects that have subdomains with the ETH leaderboard for subdomains, so people can really stand out, so you can point other projects to say, hey, look at the subdomain ETH leaderboard for these particular projects. And I just think it gives a little bit more visibility and transparency to the ecosystem that we're building. I just don't think that I don't want to say that we're not doing enough. I just want to say that we need more points of data that really show what we're doing out here and the growth in the whole entire ecosystem. That's kind of just my take.
It's just the idea of additional proofs, right? I mean, you want to be able to give an individual, whether they're a qualitative or a quantitative thinker, as many pieces of information that can potentially get them to buy in. The quantitative mind wants this exact sort of shit. And when I say that, I don't mean it to be shit. Like, it's fucking amazing, amazing stuff. Sorry, the caffeine hit earlier this morning, so my mind's like buzzing. But on the qualitative side, we have all the fucking arguments, right? Like, they're all there. We've been selling this for more than a hot minute. So I think that this is what we need to, continue to impress upon the rest of the world that are quantitative thinkers. So I'm with you, Verse. I just think that we got to find the right person that knows how to build it, and then people like you and me that have an interest in it can provide better idea of scope.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Hey, if anybody's out there and they have the ability and skill set to bring this stuff to life, man, reach out. DM me, DM Steven, and whomever else wants to kind of be part of this. I think we got to show the whole entire footprint of this ecosystem. And if they're shorthanded, at the with the ENS team, then hey, we've been building stuff and on our own and kind of branching out. This whole time, this is nothing different. So if you got a skill set out there and you want to pitch in and let's bounce some ideas off of one another. Let's get this data compiled so we can really show the strength and the power of the ENS, man. So that's all I got from that perspective. Stephen, thanks for chiming in. Last thing, um, guys, we're trying to onboard Puma.eth. That Puma has their .eth name. I have something up my sleeve. And I want everybody, once I get this squared away, I'm going to do a post and I'm going to tag them in it. And I'm going to ask everybody on Monday. This will be on Monday. And I'll announce it, like on a post or something like that. So make sure you turn on your notifications for my account. Um, I got a one of one of the ENS cats that I created dot for Puma.eth. And when you see it, you'll be like, this may be the way, because I want to be able to onboard them the right way. If and when they see it, hopefully they'll like it and they'll understand that is going to be representative of their brand, but not taking too much from their brand where they can say, "Oh, well, you're stealing the brand." Nothing like that. It's basically a gift for actually taking the plunge for .eth. So I'm gonna need everybody once I make that post to retweet it, like it, and everything like that, because I want to be able to get them onboarded and onboarded the correct way. And I can tell that the only way to usually do that is to get some reach via Twitter to their teams. And if we can get them on a space or something like that, or even get them here on the update show, that's going to be an amazing move and a first step to really kind of make some big things happen. So that's my goal. I'll keep everybody posted. Just make sure you turn on your notifications for Monday. Okay. Thanks. That's all I got, Kev, man. Look forward to the conversation. Kev, stay focused, bro.
Uh, Two things. One, the beauty of what I'm going to be doing in Vegas is the focus is the fun, in my opinion. But number two, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I just think, okay, so there is there's a fine line between what we're, I think, the data points, right? I think there's one line of how many people are actually using the Ethereum naming service as a protocol. There should be data for that, right? The actual, these are all the names and people and wallets registered under the Ethereum name service, whether that's .cb, .eth, or whatever white services or white labeling they do in the future. But I think that is separate from how many people are actively registered and using the particular .eth suffix, right? So I think they're a little bit different. Now we could go around and say, hey, the Ethereum naming ENS itself has 3 million active users, or not. We don't know if they're active or not, but 3 million active names registered under their protocol, and that's huge. That is massive. That's why I was pushing so hard for Coinbase to go with the .eth, but they didn't. They didn't. They decided to go with CB.ID for branding, whatever. It is what it is. We talked about that a lot during those early days of the ENS updates in the summer. Great times, man. This space has been great. This space has been great. We've been tracking everything from since April, man. So we've been talking about this, right? So to see it come to fruition is really cool. But yeah, I still think there's a lot of value there. Getting how much wallets and how much names registered does the ENS protocol as a whole have? And then we compare that data to the .eth. But what that shows me as well, right here, before I pass it to the next speaker, is that there's going to be more Coinbases coming in. There's going to be more Coinbases coming in with massive, massive audiences of millions and millions of people who are going to want subdomains, who are going to want to whitelist ENS, who are going to want to create their own suffixes under the ENS protocol. So while the base number right now might look like, okay, there's only 600,000, unique wallets, that very, very well in the next 36 months might skyrocket to 10 million plus under the ENS protocol. If not even crazier and wilder than that. Just Coinbase alone is at 1.5 million right now. Imagine what that number is going to be in the next bull market for Coinbase, just Coinbase. So, man, it's very, very exciting times ahead. Let's go over to Mr. 618, who's been waiting patiently. Then we'll go over to Queen B right after that.
Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. So, thanks for putting me up that early. So, I wanted to say happy Friday to everybody. And I just wanted to come up on stage to basically speak about what I've been building on ENS for the updates. So, thank you again for the giveaway. So, this basically presentation is coming out to you from a decentralized sponsor on ENS called K01011.eth, and it's K for King, email.eth, K for Kev. So K for Cosmedia. The Cosmedia was presented to you on your channel. So basically, that's what I wanted to bring out right there. And shout out to everybody in there. Ron, I heard your story and your friend that you introduced to the Forex market. So I put a pin on the comment on the Forex Trader.eth and the Forex market, which is owned by the letter Z110110, which is under the alphabet. So if you need your friend to basically speak to me, or you want to speak on my behalf and them to acquire ENS Forex to build their project, please basically reach out to me. And also shout out to Master who introduced Deal. So basically it's I just came up because Deal was on the platform, ENS Updates. I have huge deals that so if they want to build on that also, please let me know. Sorry, Kev, for basically shilling on this Friday. I know, it's not a shill space, but basically today I feel I wanted to shill some stuff. So if you guys want to know more about what I have, feel free to go down in the comment section because I didn't want to pin it on the top. And just for you not to feel alone, today is Friday. So thank you also, Verse, for that FNHH NFT. So basically, you have the letter F00110.eth, which is again alphabet. Alphabet is basically 5 digital binary number representing a letter. So F for Friday is representing by the letter 0011.0.eth. So basically, this is also a decentralized sponsor for the channel. So the recipient is basically set up on the sender of the NFT. And shout out for what you want to do with Puma.eth and trying to onboard them with the cat. Your collection of the cat looks very great. And you were incentivizing people to basically create ENS name for the cat. I have a good ENS name for one of the cat that I need to grab. I couldn't grab the Leo. I saw you have Don Leo. Don Leo is a nice name. I have a name for another cat, so I'm gonna get my cat when I can and give it a nice name. And shout out to the Maxi out there. They also have an alphabet, which is the M, red dot for 0, green dot for one. So M0110.eth. And that's it. That's what I wanted to do. And you have the QR code. You can scan it to get to the ENS Maxi collection magazine. So yeah, that's what I wanted to present to you today on this Friday. Thank you for putting me up. And yeah, shout out to everybody in space. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for everybody.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. 618, for coming up and sharing that. Let's go over to Queen Bee, and then we'll go over to our guy Stephen Miller.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you, Kevin, for having me up. I just had a question about Coinbase. So what is your guys' stance and opinion on Coinbase and the upgrades they recently made? Because I'm in New York State, and as most of you could be aware of or not, New York State is very limited. We can't use a lot of things like Coinbase or, apps like that because cryptocurrency is looked at as like terrible here. So we don't have many options when it comes to using apps to upload currency from our banks. So how do you guys feel about this whole Coinbase thing? Because I don't know, I'm kind of iffy with Coinbase. I don't favor them, but I have to use them because of my situation, unless I want to, work with a VPN, which is a whole nother can of worms. And I don't know, I'm very iffy about it. So I just kind of want to hear the feedback from everybody else. I'm not in favor of Coinbase, but like I have to use it. So that was just kind of my question here.
Well, I think this is the perfect opportunity to show you VPN.eth.limo. But as far as I don't use Coinbase too much either, so I don't know if I'm the best one to answer that question personally. Um, I don't use Coinbase. I've used it in the past, but I don't use Coinbase. I don't know much about I'm more of a, well, I'm not gonna tell you what I use, but I don't use Coinbase, and I haven't used it for quite some years, so I don't know much about their updates or upgrades. If anybody else on stage does know, please feel free to answer.
I hate Coinbase, guys. Like, so a little dilemma I ran into a couple days ago is for the ENS fantasy thing when we did the bet on the soccer teams. I could not load ETH for like almost a month. Like it said that I had hit my limit, which I don't even know how, but then it was a pain in the butt to try to like upload money and do anything. So if there's any fellow New Yorkers who know of other apps or other outlets when it comes to this, I mean, let me know because Coinbase is a freaking nightmare, guys. Like, I really would like to branch off of them and get away from
Queen,
it.
do you is there no ATMs, crypto ATMs where you're at?
No. Like I said, I'm in New York and I don't know what it is about New York and crypto, if it's because they like to tax people and take everyone's
But then,
money and they know that they can't or what it is, but
I mean,
it's
I
bad.
could tell you what it is, but I don't want to get political. But if I know that there are crypto ATMs in New York, I think you just need to go look for them. That
Yeah, most of them charge 15 to 17%. What they do is they say they charge 1%, but then they jack up the Bitcoin price about 15%. So you got to double check that. You're still probably better off with Coinbase, even though they suck and you hate them.
Queen Bee, I'm in New York. Can you repeat your question about like what you need to know on basically on crypto in New York?
Yeah, so I think it was I asked what other apps or outlets do you guys use when it comes to converting cryptocurrency from your bank and being able to use it? Because, I mean, at least as far as I know, without a VPN, Coinbase is one of the only things we can use. I know somebody just DM'd me one, but like, I really don't like Coinbase, guys. Like, I don't want to use them anymore, but I live in New
There
York, so I
is
what
don't.
about
there is like Gemini. Gemini is pretty good. I've been on Gemini for a long time, so I don't know. You can go to that route.
you can try
And
Bittrex.
other than that,
What about Bittrex?
yeah, you can try big tracks. They'll also like Qcoin. They don't have like
Oh
VPN,
yeah, KuCoin. You
but
can
probably you're not
100%
going
do it
to
on
be able to
KuCoin
do.
for sure.
So
Yeah, but
can I throw another question into the mix real quick, guys? Because I don't want to jump to a conclusion here.
Go ahead, Steven.
Queen, what is your specific like instance of why it is like more than any other, like, right, we all have a ton of reasons why we may not like something, but what's the leading reason why you want to get away from Coinbase? Because the answer
So
that
my
you're looking
leading
for is kind of
reason
there.
Yeah, Steven. So my leading reason is the limits and the restrictions that they put on things are just kind of absurd to me. So when I first had started out with Coinbase, I could only load like maybe a couple $100s, and then I would hit a limit and I would have to sit and wait for a long time. I think it was $75 at first. And now that I've used it more, my limit's gone up. It's just the limit and the wait time. When you hit that limit, you wait so long to be able to do anything. And if you're trying to make plays and stuff, like that's super, super inconvenient. Now, somebody told me that Liberty Bitcoin is another option. I've never tried it, or I haven't even heard of it, so I'll give it a check. But it's the wait, it's the limits, the wait, the restrictions. Even when I'm cashing out my money, like there's such a wait and a restriction on it. So it's a pain in the ass. Like I really do hate living in New York, guys.
Yeah, so there is an answer based on what you just said. So the tricky thing is, especially with all the centralized exchanges and a lot of the on ramps that you're going to find in the market right now, they're all moving to a KYC future, and like that, for as much as people want their privacy and people want to be able to say like they're fully protected, the government doesn't know where they are. They know you're not going to outsmart a lot of it unless you're using a VPN.eth. But the truth is that you need to be able to find others that are kind of more convenient, right? That's your biggest issue here. So
Absolutely.
if you're willing to kind of come to grips and acceptance with the KYC element of it, I would recommend that you look into the on ramps that are specifically endorsed by Ledger and the Ledger platform. Because if you're using Ledger Live, there are some integrated on ramps that they use. And then also MetaMask has a couple on ramps they use, including Wire and MoonPay and Transfer. I'm going off the top of my head here, so it's probably not the most accurate. So don't trust me on Transfer, but the other two I definitely know are integrated into MetaMask at this point. Or you can, of course, on ramp through PayPal as well.
Yeah,
And
So
those are all direct. They automatically will deposit into your MetaMask or your Ledger.
I don't think they
are
can.
these New York positive though? That's
No,
the thing is with New York.
no,
Yeah, so
I
that's
don't
the
think.
issue.
I don't think PayPal, Cash App, any of like the big peer to peer like money sending things. I don't think any of those you can use in New York. But he may be very right
Yeah, I
about.
have all of those. I can use
You can use
those.
cash. I'm in New York too. Sorry to hop in. I'm in New York as
Yeah.
well. I think the main key is just have multiple on ramps. So I have Coinbase, Gemini, Cash App, probably a couple more. But yeah, especially like you said for making plays, you don't want to have to rely on one source. So Cash App has been. You can buy Bitcoin on Cash App and then transfer it to an exchange and swap it out, or you just have to get creative. But definitely have multiple on ramps because just dealing with one, especially Coinbase. There will be times where you won't be able to, you know, onboard as quick as you want through one app, and then you just use another one.
I
Absolutely. I'll try Coinbase because I actually had it before. I had Bitcoin with Coinbase and stuff like that, and I didn't know that yeah. So as naive as that may sound, I didn't know we could use Cash App to do things like that. So that's good to know that we could, because I had Bitcoin on there forever and sold it. So that's actually good. It's just New York State is terrible, y'all. That's
I
not
would
even a joke. Like they have restrictions on restrictions
I
on
mean, you just work
restrictions
around it.
because they're all about money.
It's
I would
I hear you. It's definitely frustrating, but I mean, you know, uh, yeah, there's always solutions. That's because, that's a lot of people's gripe. Oh, living in New York, there's so many. It's like, okay, but what are the available ones? Use those. Like, that's been my thing. It's because it is frustrating when you see everybody else using certain protocols or whatever, or apps, and you can't use it. But honestly, in my view, there's always been solutions and workarounds to where I can still get done what I want to get done.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. That's what I was kind of looking for is other solutions as well on top of this. I don't want to have to just rely on Coinbase because me and Coinbase are beefing right now. So I'm not trying to play with them. But it's nice to know there's other outlets that I'll have to check out. It's just I'm really big on wallet security and safety and stuff, and I educate people with that. So like I really want to make sure I'm protecting my bags, my daughter's bags. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm just so nervous. So I'll check some of these out and give them a feel with a new wallet and see what's up.
Awesome. Awesome. Or you guys could come on over to the good side, Florida. No restrictions. You could do whatever the hell
I'm
you want.
trying, Kevin. I'm trying. I'm
You could do
trying
what
to come
you
to
want.
Florida.
Thinking about it, bro. Thinking about it. No, it's no state taxes, no restrictions. You can do what you want. it's good over here, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It might be the
They
best.
say all true New Yorkers move to Florida. No joke. They say all true New Yorkers move there. So like I'm trying. It's just I heard they're a little pricey out that way.
No, I think a great thing. I think New York is a lot more pricier than Florida is, but
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, cool. Let's keep the show moving right along here. We have Mr. Juju or Jojo, however you pronounce that. The stage is yours, brother. You're probably our last one for the day before we call this one a day.
Oh man, I was just in here trying to listen to what you guys had going on. I love coming in and catching on the ENS updates. You guys are always real on the knowledge, on the know with what's going on in not only the ENS community, but some things outside of the ENS community. I've said several times that I'm positive that the ENS community is the only true community out there that's really doing anything in crypto these days. And just I'm kind of sad that I'm coming in late. I was hoping to catch the updates, but I guess I'll just catch them next time.
Well, good thing is that a lot of them are pinned to the top, and I kind of will give a recap before we close this one out. I have a lot to do today. Is if you guys haven't already, thank you for coming on. By the way, sir. And then, by the way, if you have came on the show, well, yeah, if you have came on the show and you want a speaker, and if you have been a speaker on the show, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, I do owe you guys an NFT, so just DM me your wallet address and I'll get that sent over to you probably sometime next week. I'm not going to do it this week or this weekend, if I'm being totally honest, but sometime next week I'll get that sent over to you. Just shoot me a DM. If you guys aren't following triple X dot ETH on Twitter, they're the very last pinned tweet to the top. We're going to be in Vegas recording content and getting a whole bunch of content for that particular domain. As you guys may or may not already know, we plan on building the OnlyFans version of Web3 on
Oh,
Dotty.
yo, I just started. Look, D-List, is D-List still in here? No, he left. Fuck. Anyways, we just started an OnlyFans marketing agency where we take we use proprietary bots basically to drive traffic to these girls websites. Man, I met this kid that I'm older. I met this younger kid that is really like in touch with this social media marketing, the algorithms and stuff, and I've applied my operations background into coming up with systems for marketing and reaching out to some developers I know and taking basically the system that he was using and getting it automated. And so I'm really excited to hear about this right here. I just went and followed XXX.eth.
Cool. Actually, bro, let's chat offline. Let's chat offline. I think there's some synergy there where we could, because we're trying to build something special here with triple X XXX.eth. So you guys follow that. I'm gonna shoot you a DM and we'll chat about that offline.
Yeah,
Um, Cool. And last but not least, we will be doing subdomain giveaways live on ENS updates for email.eth and web.eth starting on Monday. So get excited. It should be fun. And I hope you guys get some growls, some early growls. With that being said, I'm going to close the show out. Have a phenomenal weekend. You guys go and check out the ENS Friday Night Happy Hour tonight. And I'm going to catch you guys Monday morning. So peace. 5159 is out.